on the other side of this white night, and the distance between us, I am thinking of you. The room is slowly turning away from the moon. This is pleasurable. Or shall I cross that out and say, it is sad, in one of the tenses I singing an impossible song of desire that you cannot hear.
La 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 la, see? I close my eyes and imagine the dark hills I would have to cross to reach you. For I am in love with you. And this is what it is like, or what it is like in words. A red rose or a Satan heart, I give you an onion. It's a moon wrapped in brown paper. It promises light, like the careful undressing of love.
Here, it will blind you with tears like a lover. It will make your reflection a wobbling photo of grief. I am trying to be truthful, not a card or a kissogram.
I give you an onion. Its first kiss will stay on your lips, possessive and faithful as we are, for as long as we are. Take it. It's platinum loop straight to a wedding ring. If you like, lethal. Its scent will cling to your fingers. It clings to your knife.
You don't show me symbols of love, but I want to give you my love. Your love is like an onion. When you promise me happiness, I need to peel your layers in order to reach your heart.
Here, your love is like cutting onions because it fills my eyes with tears. When I look at myself, all I see in the mirror is a sobbing lover. I want to be honest with you. I don't want to send you letters or fake kisses on postcards.
I want to give you my love, a real kiss that'll be memorable, that shows my attention and devotion to you as long as we are together. My strong love is comparable to a promise that comes with a wedding ring. If that's what you want. Our love is scarred, so it will scar you for life.
You are somewhere far away from where I am on this lonely night. I know you are 100 miles away, but you are on my mind. I've been thinking about you all night, that now the sun is starting to rise. I enjoy thinking of you, or should I call this longing a sadness? I sing a song to you every night, but you'll never hear. La la la, I'm singing, can't you see? I dream and wonder about traveling across the world to search for you because I'm in love with you. And this is how I show you my love, or through words.
Hello! So I will be reading the biography of Carol Ann Duffy. Carol Ann Duffy was born on December 23, 1955 and is a Scottish poet and playwright. Her passion for reading and writing in her early years were supported by her 2 English teachers. Duffy's first work started being published when she was only 15. She went to the University of Liverpool and got a degree in philosophy in 1977. Her first job was writing for television shows. Duffy became a lecturer in poetry at Manchester Metropolitan University in 1996 and later became the creative director of its writing school. In the 1990s, she had already published very many volumes of poetry for children and adults and also won a countless number of awards. Those pieces she wrote about included topics of love, gender, and oppression. The way she wrote about it fancied many people. In 2009, Carol Ann Duffy was appointed Poet Something of the UK. She is the first Scottish and first openly LGBT woman to hold this role. Her writing has gained a wide range of audiences who like to read and listen to her.
The poem we are going to analyze is Words by White Night. The setting of the poem is most likely placed indoors and inside a bedroom at 6 to 7 a.m. when the sun starts to rise. The speaker of the poem is someone that loves to show love in a different way. The person is probably someone that is deeply in love and desperate to see their loved one. They are the type of person that thinks that there's significant love almost all the time. The tone of the poem is that the speaker is mourning, wanting to see the significant other and wanting the significant other to hear her thoughts. and her song. The setting and the time helps the reader to see its sadness and longingness. There are a lot of shifts in this poem. The poem starts with the speaker showing passion by telling the reader that he or she is thinking about the other person. In the middle of the poem, it shifts to being sad, saying how it's impossible for the person to hear the speaker's thought and song. Near the last of the poem, it shifts from sadness into cheerfulness and passion by singing the song for the readers to hear and imagining them to meet. The central idea of the poem is that when people don't see another person that they want to see, like in a long distance relationships, people tend to think about the other person a lot and wants to communicate with him or her. A symbol of this poem is love, because the speaker is thinking about the other person nonstop, having a desire to see them. An imagery in the poem would be when Carol Ann Duffy says, "I close my eyes and imagine the dark hills I would have crossed to reach you." The reader would imagine it being a cold night and him being able to touch the other person in the cold weather. The reader would imagine the subject to hear the wind blowing the trees as the subject is walking across the hills. The function of the senses is to create a picture in the minds of the reader of a person walking in an ordinary cold, dark night. A type of figurative language that is used in this poem is a simile. Simile is used to compare the speaker's love into words. The comparison allows us to visualize the abstract love in the form of written words of lyrics. The identifiable speaker is the person whom the speaker loves and wants to express it in the form of singing.